I got our horrible boss fired using a Starbucks cup. So I got my boss fired using nothing but a Starbucks cup, a fake email, and her own narcissism. And the best part? She thanked me for it before security dragged her out. Let's rewind. I worked at this boutique marketing firm. One of those were a family places that gaslight you into working 60-hour weeks for pizza parties. My boss, Miranda, was insufferable. She micromanaged everything, took credit for our work, and spent more time at her ring light Zoom setup than doing actual management. And she loved Starbucks. It was her whole personality. Every morning she'd show up with a venti and better than you latte and make passive-aggressive comments like, "Oh, you're wearing that again? I need you to be more dynamic in meetings. I just don't see you as leadership material." You know, stuff that makes you want to walk into the ocean. Now, I knew she had been padding her performance reports, using my stats to impress upper management. One day, she actually forwarded my entire client report, changed the name to hers, and forgot to delete my initials in the footnotes. So I hatched a plan. I created a fake Gmail account under the name Vanessa Bruton, which sounds just fancy enough to be a Starbucks corporate regional manager. Then I designed a super official-looking email with a Starbucks logo and everything. Subject line: urgent, unauthorized use of Starbucks brand in social media influencing. The body of the email warned Miranda that Starbucks has been made aware of an employee leveraging our intellectual property and logo without explicit permission. I mentioned that we'd escalate this issue with your employer if not addressed immediately. Then I anonymously printed the email and left it inside her empty Starbucks cup on her desk. She freaks out, calls HR, starts sobbing about how she's being targeted by cancel culture, claims someone is trying to destroy her personal brand. Then, and I swear this is true, she confesses to using company accounts to boost her personal TikTok in violation of like a dozen policies. Cue internal audit. Turns out, she had billed over $12,000 of influencer expenses to the company. That's LED ring lights, iced coffee photo shoots, even a branded puppy vest for her Instagram-famous Chihuahua. She's escorted out 2 days later, still insisting she was the victim. Her final words before being booted? "Thank you for supporting women in leadership." I just smiled and said, "Anytime, Miranda." She thought I was on her side the whole time. So yeah, I got my boss fired using a Starbucks cup, a fake Karen Gmail, and her own ego. No regrets, zero guilt. 12 out of 10 would espresso revenge again.